Hello guys, welcome back to the channel here on Duke TV Online. This is going to be the sports segment. Yes, here at Duke TV we're always bringing you with interesting things to talk about, and of course sports is one of them. We're going to be talking about the happenings in the world of football. But before we do that, let's do the introductions. I'm Gabadin Kende, as you can see, a Chelsea fan. And besides me here is Zubi. He's an Arsenal fan. And to my left here is Teslim, as you can see, a Manchester United fan. Yeah. Guys, Premier League season is over. And I think the best place to start is who busted it?
I'm very sure you are not going to say Arsenal.
Of course. Where else will we go with if not Arsenal?
We all started with 0 points. Hope you know.
And you came the closest to winning it yet again.
I came the closest. Where will you put Klopp and his boys?
They didn't have as many points as you guys.
They stayed the longest as first.
That does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
That does not matter. No once again, Arsenal comes second in the Premier League chase to Manchester City. Before we even go to the banter of Arsenal, is anybody going to stop Man City?
To be honest, I feel like looking at it now, next season, you still feel like they are the one that, especially because Guardiola is still in the Premier League. I feel like they are still the favourites to win it.
But if anybody is going to stop them, it should be Arsenal.
Most likely.
You two should be ashamed.
Most likely.
Most likely. For too many years now.
I mean, luck has not been on our side, and everybody knows that we deserve.
What do you deserve?
We deserve to be champions.
If you deserve, Man City, you people lost more games than Man City this season.
Yes.
So who would you say would deserve it?
I think we won equal games.
But lost.
You are looking at the loss. How many points did they use to beat us?
You are going to win the league. You have to minimize your losses.
But one thing that I found very surprising with Klopp announcing is the fact that he was going to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. People felt like Guardiola will also take that chance to leave the league, but he has said no. He's still here, and there are rumors that he might still even sign a new deal. And if that's the case, are we going to be having United, Man City for how many years as Premier League titles? We will now become the Farmers League. That we have always been telling people that this league is competitive. It's competitive. Looks like it's no longer competitive.
I honestly feel like Pep is a terrorist for the English football club, because normally we think of the Premier League as a competitive league, but now he has broken the record with 4 Premier Leagues in a row, and it's looking like.
And 4 Premier Leagues is a long time, 4 seasons.
Yes.
4 seasons, yeah.
But I have to come to you now. Do you think Sir Alex's legacy is...
No, he's still there. The only person you use sir, and there's a reason for that.
But should it not be Sir Guardiola at this point?
Whatever he chooses it to be.
Why is there no Sir Arsene Wenger? He has not done enough for what?
What did he?
Please, let's not.
The only club that has unbeaten.
Stop. Let's not do that, please. Let's not do that.
We've seen other clubs do it. Leverkusen did.
No, for a manager.
Are they an English side?
No, but for a manager that's supposed to be a top manager, when you go 10 years without a trophy, I think it was 10 years.
Yeah.
It's not.
Who did 10 years?
I
don't think so. I don't think so. That's not possible.
But 8 years, 10 years, 7 years. When you go that long without it, without winning the Premier League, you can't say your legacy is still intact.
You know how much they gave those coaches? He's the one that spent that they gave less amount of money.
They called him an economist.
Someone that built the Emirates Stadium for the club. How many managers?
Carrying the cement and everything.
If there's anyone they should give sir, it should be Arsene Wenger.
There's no reason for it now. There was not a period of time where he dominated.
He never dominated the league.
Yes.
The season I won the Premier League unbeaten. That's not domination.
If you take away the Invincibles now, it's almost as if it doesn't really.
He won the most FA Cups now. He's the manager with the most FA Cups.
Is this what I've done to Zubi?
Is this what I've done to how?
FA Cups.
FA Cups.
You are talking about FA Cups. We saw the way you celebrated.
Of course, I will celebrate now.
Why you not telling?
And you people said Man U's finished and everything. We're still able to get hold of a trophy.
But you are the same Man U that is saying FA Cup is not a trophy.
But we are boasting. I'm not boasting. I'm boasting of the fact that I won a trophy in a terrible season.
But let's even go into that now. United, after a very terrible season, Chelsea finally passed them on the table. but they still went on to win the FA Cup and they stolen our Europa League spot. As an Arsenal fan, you know, you guys by merit or what do I say, by performance, it would seem like you were the ones that were supposed to have won something this season, but that was not the case. How does it feel seeing United fans celebrate winning a trophy after a abysmal season?
Well, if you ask me, I want something this season. I don't know what you're saying. I want something. Community Shield.
It's a pre-season trophy.
It is not. It is not. When you look at the trophies as Alex Ferguson won, Community Shield is one of the trophies that you will see that is present the most.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You know, when you talk about legacies here, if you take away the Community Shield, its legacy still stands as great as it is.
And even the Community Shield that you won, what made you qualify?
Yes, now you
due to the fact that
now.
How is it not on merit?
No, now you're second on table, but because Man City won both competitions,
okay,
you just found an automatic spot.
Why was Man U not second on table?
Man U won the Carabao Cup.
That's for you to know that they don't rate Carabao Cup now. They don't rate Carabao Cup. If you are choosing someone that finished second ahead of a Carabao Cup winner, it should tell you a lot now.
No problem. But we are going this season.
But like I asked you now, how does it feel actually looking at them? And you know, with Arteta, because this is it, Arteta said we'll go again next season. Believe we are not there yet. We are going to get it. At what point does it feel like you will not believe anymore? How many seconds does he have to get for you to stop believing?
Well, I don't know about other Arsenal fans. I'm not believing anymore. I'm not believing anymore. But we can't take away the fact that he has done a lot for the team. I mean, title contenders in 2 seasons. No, now you can't. I mean, for something to be better, it has to start from somewhere, and we are seeing the progress. Okay. I mean, you other rival fans can use it to banter us, but the truth is that Arsenal are in a good place. Nobody can take that away from Arteta.
But okay, now let's look at next season and say, do you see Arsenal winning something next season?
I don't want to see. The thing is that these 2 seasons has taught us a lot. I don't want to get my hopes up, I just want to enjoy football. If it comes, it comes. I don't want any heartbreak.
You said that at the beginning of last season.
I don't want any heartbreak again now. It's understandable.
Anyways, United, even though you won a trophy, I didn't win anything. I sacked my manager. You won something, and there are rumors that you are actually going to sack your manager. Do you think that's unfair for what your manager has done?
To be honest, I feel like for a standard of what the club has become, over the years, I feel like the way we played this season, the way the league ended for us this season was very, very terrible. But we were able to get hold of a trophy. But I feel like that trophy should be able to save his job for the next season. You understand? Because there's excuse of him having like a lot of injuries where he was not able to manage the team. We played almost the whole of the season without a left back, and then we had like 60 plus injuries. So I feel like if we saw what he did the last season with a complete team, we finished third and with a trophy and another final. So I feel like this third season should be like a final chance for him. If he can finish strongly with a good team, then we can say we can give him the job. But
all right, so your message to Ineos group right now is that keep the manager.
Yes, for me, yes. I feel like this should be his last season.
We have videos where you said Ten Hag out.
Yes, I'm a fan. And
you're a fan now.
Yes, I can tend to be emotional.
Just because of
that was just based on emotions. We've played very, very terribly in that game. I feel like I think it was about against Man City, where I think we lost 4-1. We played terribly in that match, and it didn't look as if there was a proper coach, there was a proper management to the game. So I feel like with that coupled with other losses that we've had with that season can make a fan emotional. So I spoke based on emotion, but I'm still speaking based on emotion because we just won the trophy. But I feel like, to be honest, it's not fair. 2 seasons, 3 finals, and 2 trophies. It should be enough to keep a manager.
All right. Let's look at Chelsea for a minute. We've copied the Arsenal blueprint. Get a Guardiola assistant and see what happens. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Enzo Maresca is here we go. That's the Leicester City coach.
Okay.
Chelsea has made agreement with him to become the new coach of Chelsea. I'm worried.
I don't know when
What?
you guys will stop experimenting, honestly, because it's not looking like Chelsea will be better in the next 3 years.
Honestly, you see, everybody knows I have been anti-Pochettino. Like, I don't like the man. I believe he can't win it for us. But honestly, with the way the season ended, I felt like, give him a chance. Let's see how he starts next season. The players were looking like they were maturing a bit because we have a very young squad. It looked like they were coming in their own. Kopama,
Everything started clicking.
Better than Saka, Nicolas Jackson, better than Havertz. We all saw what they could do. And I feel like, because with this new coach, he doesn't really have any...
It's like pressing the reset button.
Yeah. He did it in the championship, fine, won the championship. But that's a Division 2 tournament. This is the main thing. You're going against your teacher in Guardiola, Arteta, who seems to... Well, I don't know.
Now that club is gone. Now that club is gone, you guys,
Yes,
know.
Even Anslot that is coming in, it still looks like. But they say we should believe and we'll back the manager for the best that we can, and let's see how the season goes on. Well, the Premier League is over. Yep. We don't really have anything much to watch or anything.
What a season it has been.
But we have to look at, there are still leagues that are ongoing, and one of such league is our very own league, the Nigerian Premier League. It's exciting times, Zubi. We have like 6 teams, or if not 7 teams that are actually fighting for the Nigerian Premier League right now. Enugu Rangers leading the table with 2 points, sorry.
Yeah.
And a team that I like, Remo Stars, because
they're also in the race.
Yeah. I camped in Ogun State, so there was a time when they used to come and train at the stadium next to the camp, and
all of a sudden you like them.
It's all sports. They're in the race. I feel that they can still do it.
No problem.
I feel they can still do it. Enyimba, a very, very popular historic club in Nigeria, also they're fighting for it.
They are the ones that win it.
Enyimba.
I mean, let's not go too far.
Based on what?
I feel like
based on rep now. They are the ones that know the Premier League very well.
Okay. Yeah, but they've not really done so well in previous seasons now. They are like a United of the Nigerian Premier League.
Why I'm even saying they win is because when it comes to this finishing 5 games, they know how to win their games. They're just like Man City. They've come to that stage where they've won so many leagues. So.
All right, but a club I'm actually very surprised in terms of their league position because they came out as a very exciting club. People were behind them. I think that was the point where people started to look at the Nigerian Premier League as if this is a league that can be very interesting. That is the Sporting Lagos.
Yes.
They came out with.
They started very well.
The league right now is I'm very surprised.
I feel like it's based on what Zubi said earlier, based on the experience. Like for Enyimba now, they can go on and play very well in the league, but like you said, it just came out, and then we can look at them for the subsequent seasons. I think they will do better.
I think it's the same thing that happened to Girona, even though Girona did very well.
Yeah, they did superb.
Yes. It will be very hard for you to go on to just win it.
I mentioned because when they came out, everybody was almost all of Lagos was behind them. So, that's a very distinct. But we have to look at the league and how people are people really interested in this league? Are people really watching the league the way they should be watching it? Because when you look into it, sometimes people don't really look, but when you look into it, it's actually a very exciting league.
Yeah.
But maybe some things are not done or some things have not been put in place that can make the league much more attractive to people so that they can watch. And what are some of those things that you feel like can be done that can make this league this thing? Zubi, let's start with you.
There's a lot. There's a lot to be done. For us to be honest, there's a lot. I think one thing I've noticed this season that I'm happy with is that it's remaining 5 games to the end of the season, and all the teams have played equal games.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, in previous seasons, you see a team that is maybe 2 games short, something like that. And in this season also, that previous season of record of home team is always winning games. Like in 10 games now, in a game week, home, if there are 5 home games, home team will now win. The home teams will just win, just like that. There will be no away win. So I think that's one part they've improved this season. I think the officiating is better now, better. And with the youths, we have to back our home league.
Our league, yeah.
The way we back, the energy we put in Premier League and all that, we need to start that enthusiasm. We need to start putting it
but, you know, in terms of, let me play devil's advocate. In terms of that aspect, sometimes some people, like myself now, there are times where I feel like I want to go and watch a Nigerian Premier League match. But then, one referee blows something, before you know, the stadium erupts and...
you see somebody running to slap the referee.
I saw a video, I don't even know if it was a Nigerian Premier League match, where the ball hits the bar, referee blew it as goal. Before you know it, all the boys have entered the stadium, they're already holding the ref. And these are not, these are not very nice sights to see. If you can work on the security, I think that can help the league better.
Yes, and that's another, because of the road transportation and all that.
All those things, they have to work on it. Then I think the pitch standard itself, I don't know, maybe the government has to do some parts, or like as with some of these private this thing, we can have like standard pitches. You see some of these pitches and you look at it, it's not really this thing. Because that's what helps some of these foreign leagues. When you're on a good pitch, you're able to play ball properly. You see our players, look at the likes of Osimhen, Ademola Lookman and them playing in Europe, and you see what they can do. When they come to Nigeria, some of them don't even live up to that standard.
That's why they struggle when it's time for
AFCON and this
struggle. All those Euro-based,
it's not moving because the grass is not wet. It's not all those kind of things. They have to like work on it. Then they have to liaise with private industries to investment and all those kind of things. Well, anybody that wants to invest has to see, you know, table a plan, a feasible plan, and they will work with you. So even the association, the not paying, those things, not paying salary on time,
owing players.
But I think in fairness to them, I think these are some of the things that they have started to like work on. And I heard what's this Kano's team? They got paid for their participation in the CAF Champions League, and it was a very good sum. Okay. So when we have clubs that go out there, you know, go through to the latter stages, they get paid good money, and even here, let's try and promote our league better, and even with us, you know, channels that do promotion and all, try to speak more about it. Speak more about it, try to show more about the league and all that. And then, you know, I already mentioned Ademola Lookman. I would be remiss if I did not talk about
African best player.
Yes, he's been getting the shout.
He has surpassed Osimhen already.
Yeah, Osimhen did not have the season. I would not say he didn't have a good season.
That's what I'm going to say.
He didn't meet the standard I set for himself.
He set a precedent that he did not meet. But in terms of the numbers, it wasn't.
And he was injured.
They were not bad numbers, and even his club doing. You know, these are some of the things that Africans sometimes see African players facing. Why would your player miss a penalty and you are making a mockery? Your own club is making a mockery video.
I think he's leaving. He's going to leave.
And at that point, he was their best player.
Yes, now.
He was their best player.
He had just become the African best player. He had just won with the Scudetto. Even the Scudetto, some people were trying to push the agenda of Karamshika as if he was the one that did it. Kvaratskhelia, you know, his name is very distinct. I think he was the one that did it, but Osimhen was actually the pivotal force to them winning that distance.
That's why their season went the way it went.
Yes, now. And if you look at it, Nigerians have been doing well all over the place. Look at Boniface. Even though he got injured, we still know the numbers he put up in the Leverkusen side that lost just one match in all competitions this season. Ademola Lookman, of course, took Nigeria to because we have to say he was one that took us to the final. He was our best player in the AFCON.
Yes.
And he lost out in the Italian Cup, but he made up for it in the Europa League, beating an undefeated Leverkusen side.
Yeah, and doing it in such a style that 3 goals, hat-trick
in the final.
In the final against an unbeaten team.
It's the only one that is the one that just beat them alone.
No, we have players all over the place, and even some of these players that you know, the likes of Olise and Eze. If we position ourselves as a country serious with what, because when we look at it, Nigerian players are very good players all over the place.
I was going to say something when you were talking about how we could make Nigerian Premier League better. I was going to say we the Nigerian managers need to like call up more homegrown players. I feel like it can help a bit because I feel like there's a lot of talent in the Nigerian Premier League. On also people that are not able to make it to the Nigerian Premier League. Yes, people on the streets everybody, me, you can, everybody can say one particular person that's a very, very good footballer, but that talent will just wasted.
So we have to look more
yes,
into
we need
trying to promote the talent of the streets and all of that.
Yes.
And then, like I was going to say, these players, even these foreign players that are looking to claim the foreign nationality,
yes.
If you propose an interesting project for them, and you look like a serious country with a serious league and all of that, I think some of them, because I feel like if we can get Eze and Olise,
all of them just want to.
We're ready to win the World Cup.
Yes,
that's what
they just want to force themselves into the England squad.
The problem they have is that once they see that England, once they see that they are getting old and England is not calling them, they will now start. It's the same thing that happened with Lookman. We have been after him for many years.
Long time before he actually decided to.
I mean, after him for many years.
But we saw the quality when he came.
Yes.
We need to. That's why I say we have to like propose to them in projects that would be very exciting for them. Because if you look at it, we saw what Morocco did in the World Cup.
Yes.
It is Africa's time. We have to get these players that can help us get to those positions.
They've improved in their footballing sector, even in their women team too.
Yes.
They are doing well at on all the under 20. They are doing very well.
Yeah,
they've invested on.
That's very true. And like we said, if the Nigerian Premier League can look into some of these things, I think not just even the Nigerian Association, because there are also other leagues, which is not just even the Premier League.
Yes.
Look at the entire ladder, the entire structure, the pyramid structure, and work on it. And before you know it, you have more and more players flourishing from the league.
So many people don't even know we have lower leagues.
Yes, some people do not know.
Yeah, some people just think it's the MPFL. You can't even mention 3 teams in the MPFL. Eimba finish.
we have to do better. And even in terms of like the DSTV and the likes, try and show the Nigerian Premier League more, so that people can get to watch this thing, work on TV rights and all of that. And we can't end this without talking about the big one, the one that is to come this Saturday, the Champions League final.
Yes, Madrid
are going for 15 right now.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
Honestly, like
I think the same way they made FA Cup, Emirates Cup, you should just it's Madrid Cup or something.
Cup.
But the underdogs are for sure.
Nothing can happen. Nothing can happen.
I've always been an underdog man, honestly, unless it's Chelsea playing. Yes. If a big team and a small team are playing, I usually favor like the underdogs. I like the underdog story. But when you see Madrid, do you give Dortmund any hope?
There's no. I don't think. I look at the Madrid team and what they've done this season, and I look at Dortmund team and how they were in the league. I don't think they were able to make top 4 in their own team, but they were very good in the Champions League. But everybody knows Madrid owns the Champions League. Whether they do well or not, Champions League, when it comes down to Champions League, they will win it.
They made top 4, but they struggled to make top 4.
But I feel like even if Madrid, whether they do well or not in their league, when it comes down to Champions League, they will win it. And I don't think Dortmund is a good match for them in the final.
The saying in football, everything can happen. It doesn't go with Madrid. We all know.
In the Champions League.
I've never seen a clearer final. Like, this one is so glaring. Like, Madrid has won it already.
But like we say, anything can happen in football. What happens? Like I feel like if Dortmund wins it, is it better for the game?
Yes, it will be better
it's going to be good for the game if Dortmund wins.
Because it seems like Madrid has almost monopolized this Champions League.
Yes.
Monopoly. It's a monopoly for it's literally just there because it feels like in the past years, if you can beat Madrid, you've won the Champions League.
Funny enough, the last 2 or 3 seasons, the teams who beat Madrid ended up going down to win.
So even if they don't win, there's still that effect of if you can beat Madrid, you can win the Champions League. So,
and their aura is crazy.
Very crazy.
When you start to see the white jerseys and the white flags.
Especially,
On the Champions
have
League
you ever
match.
lost a final before? That's what we should even ask.
Honestly, I don't think, I'm not sure, but since I've been watching the game,
Yes.
I've never seen Madrid lose a Champions League final.
I don't even think I've heard that they lost a final.
So, this is something that...
Except you are Barcelona, I don't think they will lose to you
No.
in a final.
even to Barcelona, I don't even think they lose to Barcelona
But
in
that's the
Champions
one
League
team
final.
that can still disturb them.
But what would you call it? If you had to give it a score.
Let me respect Dortmund. They are a team too. They have 11 players. I will call it maybe 2-1. 2-1. Let me not go to because it's a final.
Yeah,
It's a final.
And this one would you?
2-0. I don't think Dortmund will be able to score.
But they have the football.
They work in football. Football only was it not against Chelsea? Was it against Chelsea that it turned us in and out?
Even in their
players that
in their
can
quarter and
match.
semi-final, I think he has been that.
Yeah, he didn't
bright
face
spot
Madrid.
for them. Even though we hearing your player's name, Jordan Sancho, they say the hand has lost and all those kind of things.
He won the FA Cup and he was not present, so you can go. You
But
can.
if he wins the Champions League, what they do?
Nothing will happen. He can't win the Champions League.
English
that's it.
media will not allow you guys to hear word at all.
I don't think it's going to happen for me because I don't even think they will be able to score because I feel like Madrid would dominate so much that they would just win the game.
But that's the thing about Madrid. Funny enough, I don't think Madrid really dominates any game.
He just knows how to
They
win.
just know how to win it.
They're very direct.
Because
They know
if
how
they
to
play a Bayern, they match a Bayern. If they play a Man City, they match them. If they play Salzburg,
They neutralize any formation.
Yes.
they don't need to be the best team and play the best football. They just know how to play against any opposition and come out with
It
this.
reminds me of the final with Atletico. Atletico thought they've won.
Yeah.
Atletico leading you 1-0.
At 90 minutes.
I think that's the only reason why Sevilla has not left Atletico up to today.
Yes,
if you had
it's
won
still
that
trying.
Champions League,
You would have, yes.
you would have this thing. But you've not given it the score. Do you think?
2-0.
Okay, 2-0.
2-0.
For me, I think 3-1. Vinny with 2 goals. And let's give your boy one.
Bellingham. And the funny thing is that even if Vini scores the 2 goals, Bellingham will still
No,
win.
actually, I was going to, I just remember that. I saw a poll that says Vinny is favorite for the Ballon d'Or right now.
I don't know whether it's the Brazilians pushing it.
Yeah,
But I know Bellingham.
It's,
Everything I've seen is Bellingham.
he has to be good.
The Euros and the Copa will play a very
Yes.
important
Yeah,
role.
yes.
This thing. And then, like we have to talk about it. The summer is going to be very filled up.
Yes.
We have the Euros coming up, Copa America, and even the
World Cup,
Olympics. So these players, it almost seems like there's
No
no
rest.
day for them.
No rest too.
Honestly, unless you are a
Once
player
that
that does
called
not get called up,
I
you
just-
don't get called up, you'll be happy and you go on your holiday.
I just hope we don't get to that point when players start dying on the pitch because of cardiac arrest or something like that.
Yes. Because even the Premier League season was choked.
They're not resting now.
Was very,
Too many
very
games, and
Honestly,
they've
I
added Conference League.
I think that's why we actually end up having this amount of goals. I think
Injuries,
the
yes.
injuries for this season was outrageous
Yes.
in terms of like everybody and everything. But that is it. That's what we have for the show today. The sports segment here on Duke TV Online. We're going to be coming with all the topics in the world of football, the interesting topics in the world of football. As you know, just click on that subscribe button so that you can be up to date in all the topics that are coming here on Duke TV Online. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next show.